about Singapore. Singapore is a city-state and island country in Southeast Asia of southern Malaysia. It was founded as a British trading colony in 1819, and since independence in 1965, it has become one of the world's most prosperous and tax-friendly countries. Singapore enjoys a tropical rainforest climate with no distinctive seasons. No wonder it lies just 1 degree north of the equator. The country is known for its transition from a developing to a developed one in a single generation under the leadership of its founding father, Lee Kuan Yew. Today, Singapore is one of Asian tigers, along with Hong Kong, South Korea, and Taiwan. The city-state is home to 5.6 million residents. There are 4 official languages: English, Malay, Mandarin Chinese, and Tamil. Most Singaporeans are bilingual, and English serves as the nation's lingua franca. Singapore Changi Airport was opened in 1981 and is now rated as the world's best airport by Skytrax for the 6th consecutive year since 2013, and is one of the world's busiest airports by international passenger and cargo traffic. More than 58.7 million passengers have landed in Changi Airport in 2016. It's so huge and modern that it even has movie theaters in Terminals 2 and 3. And it's all for free. Can you believe that? Now let's take a look at different parts of Singapore. Orchard Road is Singapore's most famous shopping district. It's a 2.2 kilometer long major road with lots of shopping malls. This bustling boulevard is now a retail and dining paradise, with over 5,000 establishments offering the ultimate lifestyle experience to tourists and locals alike. But it's not all that pricey. You can find lots of inexpensive dining options. Marina Bay, the newest feature of Singapore. Marina Bay Sands is an integrated resort fronting Marina Bay, owned by the Las Vegas Sands Corporation. At its opening in 2010, it was billed as the world's most expensive standalone casino property at 8 billion Singaporean dollars, including the land cost. Complex is topped by a 340-meter long sky park with a capacity of 3,900 people and a 150-meter long infinity swimming pool set on top of the world's largest public platform. Rooms at this hotel start at $400 a night. Nearby, the newly opened Gardens by the Bay is a futuristic park which consists of 3 water park gardens, including giant artificial trees that glow in the nighttime. The towering 50-meter tall trees within the Super Tree Grove are brilliantly illuminated with a kaleidoscope of colors, making for a memorable experience. The Garden Rhapsody light show is wonderful and totally free, and it takes place twice during the night, at 7:45 and at 8:45 p.m. Just take a look at this. Don't forget to take a ride in the world's second highest observation wheel, the Singapore Flyer. At 165 meters, it missed the first place by just 2 meters. Esplanade Theatres on the Bay, Singapore's equivalent of Sydney's famous Opera House, except that the two-lobed spiky Singaporean version deliberately bears a striking resemblance to the durian, a tropical fruit notorious for its sharp odor. Opera, dance, classical concerts, and similar entertainment is offered daily. You can find live music concerts, light shows, and so much more.
She could still be alive, open for sale. Open for
Make sure you visit Chinatown, where you can find the Chinatown Heritage Center. Visit the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple and Museum. The central streets of Chinatown are packed with stalls selling all sorts of Chinese trinkets. Little India is another district, and it's located north of the city core. It's the center of the large Indian community in Singapore. Little India retains its distinct identity without degenerating into a mere tourist attraction. Sentosa Island. Before it was known as Sentosa, this island just off Singapore's southern coast was a British military fortress. When the Japanese occupation in the Second World War was over, Singapore returned to the British rule and the island was renamed Sentosa, which translates to peace and tranquility. Today Sentosa is the closest that Singapore gets to Disneyland, with a casino, Universal Studios Adventure Park, and cable cars. Among Singaporeans, the main popular reason to go to Sentosa is to hit the beaches, Siloso, Palawan, and Tanjong, from west to east respectively. Unfortunately, the water here is rather murky, due to the never-ending parade of ships across the straits. The main business district is the Marina Bay Financial Center. It's a mixed-use development located along Marina Boulevard and Central Boulevard at Marina Bay. Skyscrapers in Singapore cannot be higher than 280 meters. There are presently 3 buildings of that height. Despite the fact that Singapore is often referred to as a concrete jungle, the truth is, there is an abundance of greenery in almost every area of the city. Almost half of the territory of Singapore is covered by vegetation and parks. The most famous of which is the Singapore Botanic Gardens. It's a 158-year-old tropical garden located at the fringe of Singapore's Orchard Road shopping district. It's one of the 3 gardens and the only tropical garden to be honored as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The National Orchid Garden is at the forefront of orchid studies and a pioneer in the cultivation of hybrids, complementing the nation's status as a major exporter of cut orchids. The lush ponds of Palm Valley in the gardens are a popular spot for picnics and outdoor concerts. Singapore is also referred to as the Garden City for its tree-lined streets and greening efforts since independence. The rain trees along the roads are easily recognized by their massive umbrella-shaped, wide-spreading crowns which can reach 20 to 30 meters across. There are lots of hidden gems in the city, places like Rifle Range Road. It's a popular 13-kilometer jogging and cycling route, where you can actually run into monkeys. How cool is that? Singapore is incredibly clean. Even chewing gum is banned in Singapore and can only be bought from a pharmacy for medical use. Some public elevators come equipped with urine detection devices that set off an alarm and close the doors until the police arrive. Spitting isn't allowed either. Do it in any public place in Singapore and you'll be slapped with a fine of up to $1,000. Same goes for littering. When it comes to nightlife, Clarke Quay is a favorite among locals and tourists. It's one of the best locations in the city, set around a picturesque body of water and the shadow of the towered Central Business District skyline in the background. Row upon row of bars and restaurants line the beautiful boulevards, offering great alfresco dining. Clarke Quay is undoubtedly the reigning king of nightlife destinations. This riverside festival village combined dining, drinking, and clubbing for the ultimate night experience. Despite its small size, Singapore has a surprisingly large number of golf courses, but most of the best ones are run by private clubs and are open to members and their guests only. The main exception is the Sentosa Golf Club. Housing in Singapore is outrageously expensive, but there's a trick. Public housing in Singapore is managed by the Housing and Development Board under temporary leaseholds for 99 years only.
Sit.
What?
Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
82% of the resident population live in such government-subsidized houses. Only Singapore nationals and permanent residents can avail of the subsidized housing. There's no slums and no ghettos, no bad areas in Singapore. All the residential buildings I came across looked modern and very decent. Price per square meter in the city center is a staggering $16.5 thousand. Public transportation is excellent. Traveling from one part of Singapore to another is a breeze thanks to a highly penetrative public transportation system. Buses are by far the most common form of transportation, followed by the MRT, Mass Rapid Transit, and taxis. Public buses serve almost every part of Singapore, making it the most extensive form of public transportation, while the MRT provides speed and efficiency, especially during peak hours. The subway station